for us. This country will never recover. There is no coming back from this, and that is in fact a good thing for us. America needed to implode from the inside because Lord knows there is no one outside of us that will make that shit happen. We had to do it to ourselves. This country has never been good. That was all a lie. It was all propaganda. This country was built on the foundations of racism, genocide, hate.
This Edomite woman, this Shedamite say, America, the daughter of Babylon, never been good. Never been good. Never been good, right? It never been good, Yasharala. I want to start off with saying I give all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Amashiach, Barakatai, Baba Kasha, Abba Yahweh, Baba Kasha, Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Amashiach, Barakatai, Tahawah for the Rakakwadash, Tahawah for our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaquab, Tahawah for the men of King David, the third tabernacle, the third temple that's being built here in the daughter of Babylon and where we've been scattered, and the four corners of the four winds of the earth amongst every nation. Right? Okay? The Howdah for the Abba Yahweh, the great king, and Yahweh Shah, Passat, our atonement. The Howdah for the elect men, women, and children of Yasharallah, Shalom, Barakatai. And then on this video, in this lesson, I'm banging on Esau. Right? Banging on the daughter of Babylon, banging on Rome, banging on spiritual Egypt, banging on Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Assyria, Samaria, Nineveh, Basra, the daughter of the Chaldees, Greece, banging on Mount Seir, and USA, Esau, Edom, right? All right, and this place, as she put it, let's hear it one more time. As she put it, right? We're going to do a lesson in the video on this. This is a meek servant prophecy, prophesying the downfall of the daughter of Babylon, Babal Paul, right? Okay? Because to have the spirit of prophecy, you got to have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? Revelations 19:10. It's thus said the Lord, man. Thus said Abba Yahweh, and his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, and we give all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Mashiach Baruch. Right, let's play it one more time. Let's hear the madness, which is the truth.
This country will never recover. There is no coming back from this, and that is in fact a good thing for us. America needed to implode from the inside because.
But it's not a good thing for you, Esau. It's not. As she say, the daughter of Babylon, USA, will never recover. Right? Will never recover. It will never be great again. Right? Never. It would never be. Nothing but death and destruction is coming here. Nothing but fire and brimstone, right? Let's continue on.
Lord knows there is no one outside of us that will make that shit happen. We had to do it to.
Well, the children of Yasharallah, starting with the elect, have somebody will make it happen for us. Our great Redeemer, our great Deliverer in Yasharallah, right? So somebody gonna make it happen for us. It's just that nobody gonna make it happen for you Edomites and you heathens, right? And 2/3 of you Israelites, right? Let's get some precepts. That's enough talking. We'll come back and watch some more of the clip. But let's bring some precepts. They've been working evil upon their bed. Let's go to the book. They've been slayed in the children of Yahshua. Let's start off in the book of Ezekiel 35. One of my favorite chapters in the book. One of them. Well, we love all the scriptures. But this is one of my favorite chapters. The Most High say in the book of Ezekiel, moreover, the word of the Elohim came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. That would be your so-called white race. Starting with the banking family, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Gettys, the DuPonts, right? The Clintons, the Bush. Starting around with the banking family, the central banksters. And all you Edomites, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it and say unto it, thus said the Elohim, Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Amashiach, Barakatai, right? That's what the Most High say. Say this to America. Right, say it. Prophesy, say it. If you love me, say it. The Most High say, if you love me, say it. Right? Let's get a precept on that. If you love me, say it. Because you got these false Hebrew Israelite camps like HOI, House of Israel, Sakari, Genesis, right? BOW, right? Believers of the Way. All these false camps, man, they false prophets. IUIC, Bishop Nate, General Yohanes, and Captain Tazariak with ISUPK, false, right? If you say it, right? If you love the Most High, say it, right? Let's get the book of Psalms. Let's get Psalms right quick. We'll go back to Ezekiel. I'm feeling good. All honor and glory to Yahweh Bashma Shah. The Most High said, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? And the head evildoers are the Edomites, Mount Seir. So-called white race, right? The Caucasian race. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Against the evildoers. And 2/3 of you Hebrew Israelites. Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? See? That's what the Most High asking here. Who gonna do it? You sellouts, right? The Most High said, and say unto it, thus said the Elohim Abba Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make the most desolate. And America is Mount Seir tonight. Right? America is Mount Seir. It's every empire in one. You better know it. We told you, you better know it. I will lay thy cities. He's going to lay San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago, Oakland, Detroit, Miami, Dallas, Houston, right? Baltimore, Atlanta, Cincinnati, Cleveland, New York, Seattle, New Orleans, right? That's what the Most High say. Philadelphia, right? That's what Abba Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai say, right? Israel. That's what the Most High gonna do. Every city in the daughter of Babylon and the land of the north, the boss of the north, right? Because thou has had a perpetual hatred, see, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel, the children of Yasharallah, who would be you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans with Indian, Taino, Negro descent, and where we've been scattered, and the four corners and the four winds of the earth amongst every nation, looking like the other nation, speaking their language, their tongues, right? That's what's going on, Israel. By the force of the sword, by destruction. See? And that's what this Edomite woman is bringing out in this clip. In the time of their calamity, in the time of the Israelites' calamity, right? In the time that their iniquity had an end, they kept it going. They forward the affliction on us, man. They keeping it going. They keeping it going. They keeping it. They don't want to stop. They don't want to stop. They can't stop, and they won't stop, right? I tell you, how shot cracked the sky with Michael, the great prince, and the hosts of heaven. The Most High said, I am very sore displeased with the heathen, with Esau, with Mount Seir, with Moab, with Ishmael, with Ammon, with Japheth, right? With Cush, right? With Metazorium, right? With Put, with Tyre, with Zidon, with Elam. You see, so forth and so on. And they helped forward the affliction. You see, they kept it going, Yasharala. They kept it going. They kept it going. That's what we warning you, right? That's what the Most High say. It's all in the book, the good book, right? It's all in the Bible, right? That they kept it going. They helped forward the affliction against the children of Yasharala. That's what's going on, Israel. So America won't heal. It won't be great again. It won't recover. Right? The Most High said, how ye inhabitants of Maktish, right? That's your bankers. That's your dealing with New York and the empire, the Wall Street, your dash, your dial, and your dash. Right? That's dealing with all the merchants of the earth, right? How are you inhabitants of Maktish? That's dealing with your money, your economics, your banking system, your money. We going cashless, right? That's what this is going into. How are ye inhabitants of Maktish? For all the merchant people are cut down. And she can't recover. She can't recover. Even with a digital CHIP, she ain't going to recover. Because that's going to bring World War III. That's going to bring these nukes and the chairs of Yahweh Bashim Rashai. For all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off, you see? So your silver, your gold, your stock portfolios, nothing is going to deliver you. Nothing is going to deliver you from the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? Nothing can deliver you. Nothing can deliver you. Esau, ain't nothing going to do it. Let's get the book of Psalms. I'm going to go back to Ezekiel. Let's go. I'm all over the place. We're going to make it make sense, right? We're going to make it make sense. We come and thus say Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai Mashiach, right? We're going to come thus say Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai Mashiach, right? What I'm looking for? I'm looking for Proverbs Slaki. I'm looking for Proverbs 11:4. I'm excited. The Most High say, richest prophet not in the day of wrath. We in the day of wrath. We in the day of wrath. We in the day of judgment. We in the day of Abba Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, bringing the hammer of the whole earth down. Bringing Esau's kingdom down. For Esau is the end of the world, the end of an eon, the end of an age. The end of a dynasty, the end of a kingdom, the end of a rulership, the end of a crown, the end of a throne, the end of dominion, the end of authority, the end of his power structure. We at the end of 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 the end. So the Most High say, richest prophet not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death. That's what's going to deliver you. Not your gold, not your silver. Not your gold, not your silver. Not your gold, not your silver, Yasharala. Not your paper money with dead presidents, dead Edomites on it. See, it's going down, right? The Most High saying in the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 18, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them. To deliver them. To deliver them. In the day of the Elohim's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire. World War. World War III. World War III. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. And the chariots, what the government called UFOs and UFOs, throwing fire and brimstone from the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and Mashiach Barakatai. This is the chariots of Yahweh, the Father ship, entering into the house of the thief. Zechariah chapter 5. In the day of the Elohim's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. You see, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land of the North, USA, right? North America, South America. The Most High finna put it on fire. Thus said Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and Mashiach Baraka. Right? It's going down. It's going down, Israel. 2026 gonna be one of the worst years you have ever seen. One of the worst years you have ever experienced. 2026 gonna make 2020 look like a Sunday barbecue day at the park. Right? We warning you, Yasharala. We warning you. You heard it first. You heard it first. You heard it. If you watch it, you heard it. Right? You heard it from the prophets. You heard it from the men of David that's been doing this work for the last 40, 50 years. Doing the work. Since 2007 on YouTube, the men of King David. The men of Abba Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai has been doing it on YouTube since 2007. Been doing the work. And say unto it, thus said the Elohim, Abba Yahweh, O Monsir, I am against thee. So the Most High is against the Edomites. There's no salvation for Edomites. The Most High is against the Edomites. I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Elohim, Abba Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and has shed the blood. I'm being repetitive, I'm being redundant, of the children of Yasharala by the force of the sword, and the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Elohim, Abba Yah, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, Seeing thou hast not hated the blood, even blood shall pursue thee. There's a lot of blood in Babylon. There's a whole lot of Israelite blood. And they still shedding the Israelites' blood. It ain't never stopped. Because he has perpetual hatred toward Jacob, toward Yaakov. Thus will I make Masir most desolate, USA, right? And cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains, meaning his governments, where his slain men, with his dead body. See? The Most High will return unto the Edomite their dead men. And thy hills, thy lower government, and thy valleys, and all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword, with destruction. I will make thee perpetual desolate. America gonna be perpetual, and with all these Edomites, a perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return. So America not going to return. Esau ain't going to return. America won't return, and ye shall know that I am the Elohim. I be Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah Mashabatai. Because thou hast said in these two nations and these two countries, right, shall be mine, Israeli, right? And we will possess it, whereas the Elohim was there. They go to the land of Israel, right? The Israeli, the small hats. Therefore, as I live, said the Elohim, Abba Yahweh, I will even do according to thy anger, right? That's what the Most High will do for you, right? And according to thy envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them toward the Hebrew Israelites. And I will make myself known amongst them. See, the Most High is in the house of David. He stirred up, I remember, right? When I have judged thee, right? Right? That goes to Ezekiel 25 and 14, right? And thou shalt know that I am the Elohim, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies. You see, he been hearing all the blasphemy. If you small hats, you Edomites, right? You 2/3, but this is all about Edom tonight. Which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Yasharallah, saying they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. See? Thus said your mouth, Slakia, thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me. See, these the so-called white man have boasted against Abba Yahweh, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, for what he have done to his children. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans were Indians, ain't no descent, and when we've been scattered, right? Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your word against me, and I have heard them. See, the Most High heard what Esau have said about the nation of Yasharallah, right? Thus said the Elohim Abba Yahweh, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, you see, y'all all gonna get it, because it was desolate. Right? And go into that in the book of Lamentation, chapter 2. So will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir. You see, it's going down. And all Idumean, that means every Edomite, because that's the Greek way of saying Edom is Idumea. Right? Even all of it, all of them. And they shall know that I am the Elohim, Abba Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Amashiach, Barakatah. Let's continue on.
To ourselves. This country has never been good. That was all a lie. It was all propaganda. This country was built on the foundations of racism, genocide, patriarchal systems, and one of the most exploitive economic systems that humans have ever seen in all of our history, and that is capitalism. Our foundations are bad. And this is what resulted from that. It's built into every single facet of our lives. It's built into our education system, our criminal justice system, our healthcare, our laws, our economy, everything that constitutes it.
Their laws, see? Their laws is unrighteous. Let's get the book of Isaiah. They set laws, snares, and traps for the Hebrew Israelite. They're setting them right now. They got some snares and traps for Yasharallah right now. Right? Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them. Talking about Mount Seir. Talking about the Edomite. Talking about Idumea. Talking about the Caucasian race. Woe unto them that decree. See? Unrighteous decree. Mean laws. She just said about the laws. Go against the Hebrew Israelite. She's talking in code. But she letting you know what the deal is. We're going to bring good things to life through the book of the law, right? See, we're going to bring good things to life. And that right grievousness which they have prescribed. See, they got a prescription for the Hebrew Israelites. And it's all bad. and it's all evil, and it's all wicked, and it's nothing but snares and nothing but traps. To turn aside the needy, you see, the Hebrew Israelites are the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor. The poor are Jacob, Yasharallah, of my people, of my people, of my people, of my people, right? That widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Because we without Yahweh in the world, and on the carnal sense, we without our earthly dads. We don't have our fathers in the house because Eve have put their ass out. And she worked with the Edomites, Esau Edom, to make that come to fruition. You see, that's what's going on, Yasharallah. So the Most High say something about it. He say something about it in Isaiah 10:3. He's saying, what will ye do, Esau, Idumea, the so-called white man, Esau Edom? And what will ye do in the day of visitation? And in the day, in the desolation which shall come from far. To whom will ye flee for help? He asking Esau Edom, who you gonna run for help? Who you gonna run to? Who will you run to fill this lonely place? Who will you run to when you need love? Who gonna be your help? The Most High asked him. He said, who gonna be your help, Esau? Who gonna be your help, Idumea? Who's gonna be your help when I visit you? Who gonna protect you from me? The Most High asking a rhetorical question here. And what will ye do in the day of visitation? And in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? Meaning everything you have stolen for the children, from the children of Yasharallah. You have stolen it all. You stole it all. Where you gonna leave it at when Yahushua come visit you in the host of heaven and Michael the great prince? Because they've been working evil upon their bed for a long time here. They've been working that evil upon their bed. Woe to them, destruction to them that devise iniquity. Talking about Esau Edom. And work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, so while you sleeping, the white man is up. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand, because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, and the power is in their hand because they sit in the power seat. They're the kings of the hill. They the kings of the hill. They the king of the earth. They the boss of the north. Right? Slim Thugger, the boss of the north. They the boss of the north. You see? The Most High say, because the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand, you see? Right? To work their evil upon their bed. And they covered field and take them by body, the Israelites by violence. And that's going to go down again in Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 37. And houses and take them away. So they oppress. What they do? They oppress. What the Edomites do? They oppress. What the so-called white man do? They oppress. What the government of Esau do? They oppress. What America do? They oppress a man and his house. Not just a man. They stole this land from the 10 tribes of Yasharallah, from the Aborigines and the indigenous people of the land. They oppress a man and his house. Even a man and his heritage, you see. That's what's going on, Yasharallah. It's going down. Is you seeing it clearly? Therefore, thus says the Elohim, behold, against this family, so the Most High got judgment for this family, showing you that the Most High only loved the family of Yasharallah. The Most High said, behold, against this family, against Esau Edom, myself, do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. This time is the return of Yahweh Ba'ashib, Yahweh Shai, and Bashiyah. Yahweh Shai say in the book of Jeremiah, he's not going to meet Esau as a man. He's not going to meet him as a man. He's not going to meet Esau as a man. He's not coming like a lamb. He's coming like a lion. He's coming in his power and his great glory. He's coming. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, only begotten Son. Yahweh Shai Mashiach, our great deliverer, our great redeemer in Yasha Rallah. 12 tribes, right? You better know it. We know
part
it.
of our existence. They have the ingredients for the roots with which this country came from. And there is no making that better. It's like baking a cake with regular flour and then wanting to make it a gluten-free cake. It's not going to happen. You can't do that. So you scrap the whole cake and you bake a new one with gluten-free flour. It's like cleaning out an infectious wound. If you don't get every last bit of the bad bacteria, it will get reinfected. A tumor.
And the Most High say gonna get rid of all the bacteria. The Most High say he gonna get rid of all the bacteria. Let's get the book of Obadiah 1 and 18, right? Let's see what the Most High say. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire. A fire. And the house of Joseph, which is the northern kingdom, right? A flame. And the house of Esau, the so-called white man, right? For stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. Right? The Most High gonna get rid of the bacteria. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Elohim has spoken it. Right? Giving all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Shalom, Shalom.